Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Angel Storm. I'm the founder of Ashes to Beauty Ministries, and today I want to talk to you about narcissists and money. And if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you may have already experienced financial abuse and you understand this topic very well. You could probably do your own video on it. I did a video on this topic previously, but it's one of the videos that got taken down from YouTube, so I wanted to try to redo it and see if this one would be able to stay up. So let's go into this topic. So first of all, a narcissist is always after control and more power, and he does this even through the appearance of having power and control. Even if he doesn't actually have power and control, it is going to feed his own ego, and it presents him in a certain way in the rest of society, and it highlights his status among other people who are looking at him from the outside in. So money is one of the easiest ways for the narcissist to get more power, to get more control, to elevate his own self, to inflate his ego, and to have this perception that other people may look at him and want to be him, or just really admire who he is and what he has and what he's done with his life. The problem is that, like most things about the narcissist, there's not actually a foundation there. So the narcissist may say that he has all of these things and try to pretend as though he's quite wealthy or very affluent, and use that money in such a way where he presents himself as an altruist. Maybe he's highly philanthropic, all of those kinds of things. And by the way, you can learn more about that topic by checking out this video. And so money, or even the appearance of money, can serve the narcissist's overall plan, overall goal, which is, again, achieving more power, achieving more control, and really having an effect on the way that people on the outside perceive him. This is especially true with grandiose narcissists. So they always believe that they are more than what they actually are. They believe that they deserve more than they actually have. And so the appearance of wealth is extremely important to them, and it's something that they're going to fight to maintain. And they'll go to extreme lengths to even have this done. So this can include everything from bankrupting their own business simply because they weren't willing to live within the means of what that business was producing, to taking out personal loans, even from friends and family, with no intention or no actual plan put in place to repay the loan that they take, and just spending it on stuff that they don't need, always to keep up appearances. And of course, behind the scenes, this means that their family is typically suffering, so they may not pay their own mortgage. They won't feed their children quality of foods that they could otherwise spend that money on or use that money on. It always has to do with appearances, so you're going to find them spending a lot of money out in public, but not so much inside of their own home, inside of their own business, and actually being responsible with the finances. If you're married to a narcissist, or if you're living with a narcissist, or if for some reason you're in business with a narcissist, or however you have experienced a narcissist, financial abuse is something that unfortunately accompanies this a lot. So what that means is that the narcissist is always going to be the one to control the finances, to have the last say in how the money is spent, and again, he will take the money that is yours because he believes it's his money. And I have another video on 10 beliefs of a narcissist, and check that out for what I say about how narcissists view money. But they will take everybody's money. So they don't care who it actually belonged to. They just view everything as theirs. And again, they view even people as theirs. They just believe that you're there to exist, to supply them with energy that they need, because they never take the time to actually work on the inner things so that they can produce their own value and their own worth internally, and then give it out to the world. So if you're involved with a narcissist and you realize that they are controlling you through finances, you need to become quick to realize this as soon as possible and start getting together your own account, your own savings, whether that's cash that you just keep stored away somewhere, or you can actually open up your own account and start putting something away, because again, the narcissist has no boundaries. So there's no depths to what he will go to spend all of that money and to leave you with nothing, and to even, quite honestly, leave himself with nothing. Narcissists have a distorted view of reality, and so they believe that even if it's all gone, they can spend all of this money, and because they naturally deserve more money and they deserve more than what they already have, they are going to just believe that it'll just come back to them. And again, this is going to be done without an idea or a plan in place on how to actually replace that money that gets spent. They don't care. They just have this belief that they are going to get more money. And quite honestly, the way that that money is probably going to be replenished is through swindling somebody else out of their money. So either they go into business with somebody who doesn't actually do a background check and look into this person's behavior around and concerning money, or they will go to their next supply and enter into a relationship with that, maybe go into business with that person, or get married to that person, especially if, again, that person can elevate their social standing, and if there's money there that the narcissist can tap into, he will definitely take that opportunity. So if you have been already experiencing financial abuse, if you've already had maybe your entire life savings taken by a narcissist, I want to give you a little bit of hope. And there's a few things that I want you to go and look into. First of all, I highly recommend you check out this YouTube channel. This guy is awesome. He gives you a great way on how to start investing and to get yourself together a nest egg. He even has a video that's called "I'm broke at 50, what should I do now?" And that video is awesome because if you are starting later in life to try to rebuild yourself even financially, you got to check that video out. He has some great tips. Second of all, do the things that I've been saying. Start squirreling away money. You need to live very frugally, even at first, if that's what you need to do, because the more money that you can save, the more wealth that you can actually generate from the savings that you accumulate. I know sometimes this is hard. You're probably living paycheck to paycheck, but either get yourself enrolled into a financial class, get a meeting with a financial advisor, do what you need to do to really narrow down your budget and to live minimally. And like every other topic that I speak on this channel, I am talking from my own personal experience. So I had a super reliable job, very stable career. I was making well over 6 figures a year, and I lost all of that due to the narcissist. And I could have gone back to that job, but I really felt this was the calling on my life to educate people and to help other people who are struggling with this type of abuse. So I didn't go back to that job. You know what I did? I started taking a look at all of the things that I owned, and I sold that stuff. I got rid of the things that I didn't absolutely need. I sold all of it, and I started a couple of companies. I own a few businesses, and that is what I started to do. I started from nothing. I didn't have anything going on at that time. I mean, legitimately nothing. I didn't even have a job when I started my businesses, and I took what I was able to save from selling off a bunch of stuff, my property and things and all kinds of stuff that just wasn't serving me. I knew that I could live without it. You know, that is just stuff, it's totally replaceable. But what's not replaceable is my feeling of self-worth. You know, I've always worked, I've always felt that it's super important for me to be contributing and living out my life to the fullest and all of that. And so for me, I was really like all into these businesses that I started, and so I really put everything into it, and not just my money but my time, my energy. You know, I took a bunch of classes about how to run a business, how to start one. I'd never taken a business course before in my life, and I was able to really learn about not only running my life personally very frugally, but also how to start a company with pretty much no money at all, and how to start growing it and grow financially as a business. How can I use that money to then reinvest into other companies and into other businesses that I can start? And eventually, this was a couple years ago that I started this, and now one of those companies about runs itself. I mean, I rarely need to go in and do anything with it. I have a really smooth system with it, and it frees up a lot of time where that company actually supports me financially. So if I didn't do this YouTube channel, that would just be fine. If I didn't have not another life coaching client, that would be fine. If nobody ever did anything else with any of my books or stuff that I have written and published through Ashes to Beauty, in fact, if nobody bought anything from Ashes to Beauty ever again, the other business can actually support this one financially as well. And so I am encouraging you to really expand what you believe is possible, because I absolutely, again, speaking from experience, know what it's like to feel like I just don't know what I am going to do with my life, and maybe you feel even like nothing that you do is good enough, and yet there is a way to take what you have and turn it into something that is more than abundant. And quite honestly, there is nothing that is outside of you that you need to find in order to start doing this. Whatever you are looking for is already inside of you. What the thing that you need to do, or the thing that you need to be focused on, is finding it and bringing it up and bringing it out and perfecting the way that it looks in the natural world. Like outside of you, how does that come out? So maybe you're very creative. Maybe you have a gift for speaking to people. Maybe you have a gift or real talent in photography or design or whatever it is. You have a passion, you have a real natural inclination towards a certain thing. Start looking at that. How would you be able to use that talent and form a business? And even if you start small, it's absolutely possible. Do you know that I started Ashes to Beauty with one Facebook Live video? Yes, I went on Facebook Live, which was really nerve-wracking for me. I just am not interested in like being on camera or really speaking like to a bunch of people or sharing my story or anything like that. I really didn't want to do any of it. And yet, again, as I said, I really was all in. It wasn't just about money. It was really about my time and my life. You know, I can never get back time. I have a certain amount of it, just as all of y'all do. And I was already set. I had purposed it in my heart that this was going to be something that I did, and I was going to put all of my efforts into making it work. That one Facebook Live video generated me 7 clients on the first day, and so it was history after that. I ended up getting word of mouth referrals, and it was over a year before I even had a website. I didn't have any of that stuff set into place, and it was probably 8 months of being in operation before I actually even had a business plan in place or any of the other things that I really needed. I very quickly trademarked my logo, and I copyrighted my name and different things like that. But as far as like how people would find me or how I would expand the business, I didn't have the vision for that. I just knew this is the one step I can take today. This is the one thing I can do today, and I'm going to take that step. Once I'm done with that step, the next one is going to be available for me to step into. So again, you can start over at any age. It's possible. It's completely available and within your realm. I don't believe that any of us are put into a position where there's absolutely no options. I think that the option is always there. You just have to look at it from all of the different angles in order to find it. And that's true for most situations in life, and it's especially true if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist. It's easy to get this one way or one perspective of looking at it, which is often a victim mentality, and you feel like you have no way to move or turn or any way to improve your life, but that is a straight lie. You have all of the options and all of the power within you to change your circumstance at any given point in your life, and I'm living proof of that. And I hope that each of you watching this not only take this and decide to do something with it, but that you use this experience with the narcissist and losing everything and being at rock bottom, and you decide to build something on that solid foundation, something that can never be taken away from you, as well as something that is transgenerational, something that you can actually leave as a legacy to your children or your children's children. And not only that, I hope that you learn a little bit more about yourself in the process. I hope you expand your relationship with God and with other people, and that you really learn about what's most important in life. Having a certain type of lifestyle is not the most important thing in life. There are other things way more important. And since we all need money in order to live, I really encourage you to start putting money aside so that you can eventually do whatever it is you want to do. Maybe for you, working for somebody else is the best option for you. You don't want to do a business, you don't have any ideas or whatever. That's awesome, but what could you be doing with the money that you have? Maybe there's a different way of investing or saving your money that you haven't been looking at already. So again, check out the link in my description below to check out the YouTube channel that I was mentioning earlier from Andre Jick. He's awesome and he's super funny, and he does card tricks throughout his financial videos. So if you're like me and you think financials are probably super boring, then check out his videos because he's super entertaining. And I hope that they will really bless you and just speak wisdom into your life about what to do and how to move forward from financial abuse. And again, like everything else, once you've walked through it, you're really aware and awakened to what is happening. If you really apply that into practical steps and practical things that you can do with that information, with that experience that you've just walked through, you're not going to face it again. You're not going to make the same mistake twice. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit, not only understand about narcissists and money and why it's so important that you are aware of how a narcissist views money and uses money, especially to control and manipulate people, but also know that there is a way to escape that cycle. You can absolutely step out of that cycle anytime you want, and you can start building something for yourself that can't be taken away. Again, I'm Dr. Angel Storm, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the bell so that you receive notifications for every video that I upload to this channel.